Hey everybody, welcome. It's Kelly Sue with Cleopatra Arts, and we are painting, maybe I need to do it like this, painting this really cute tiered tray, Valentine inspired madness. Look at this crazy. So anytime I have a tiered tray that has a couple more stands or something happening, I like to come on and do a live to help you along. And honestly, I needed this for my events that are coming up, and so here I am painting with you. Let me know if you have today off or you're working. So I'm just doing the tape trick. Just gonna separate my pieces. Wasn't sure if that was whole or not. Together. Hopefully you had an amazing holiday. And my hardest part of today was finding the tape, because we played that ping pong game with the mini muffin tins, and we had to have a starting point. So I put like a starting line on the bar. That was super fun. Okay, sometimes there's just a little bit of cling on, we'll call it that, on there. And if you're just joining, we are painting this super cute Valentine inspired tiered tray. I'm gonna look and see. Wish you guys had smell-o-vision. John is cooking his famous day after holiday bean and ham soup, and it smells pretty good. Oop, sticky, guys. Okay, so it looks like a lot. It really does. It looks like a lot. I'm putting everything together that goes together. It just makes it easier for me. So putting it together, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this A-okay. So let me write hey there, and then I should start being able to see comments. Maybe you're being quiet today. Maybe you talked to enough people yesterday. I have a little screen magic I can do real quick. Let me see. That makes it look a little bit better. Unfortunately, you do see the side of my crate. We're painting my studio, so I don't have as much space in here today. Hey there. Okay, so you don't need these. John threw them in. They're just the centers to here. He threw them in, honestly, to confuse me. We're just gonna take them out because number one, they're just so small, they'll probably get lost along the way. Hey there, Colleen. I hope you had a fantastic holiday. You and Phil over there down sorta by the ocean, sorta. So the truck is what sells it for me. There is a little mailbox, it's cute. The two signs, they're cute. The banner is adorable. The truck, oh, I moved it, sorry. The truck is what's so stinking fantastic. And you guys, we weren't here last night doing our Monday Night Live because it was a holiday. And next week we won't be here because it will be a holiday. So that's why I'm like, I'm getting on today. You're gonna need this anyway. Okay, whew, a lot of pieces. A lot of pieces. So the truck is etched, so you know where everything goes, so that's good. It was great, hope y'all did too. Yeah, my mom and dad came over, so mom and dad were here, and Sydney and the baby and my new son-in-law, they were here also. Okay, so I want to show you this real quick, because if you're watching this as a replay, as a, like a resource, he always gives me the worst one, I want you to be able to know what's happening. Now, we always give you 3 stands, and those stands, 2 of them look like this. They're the easel stands that the signs can sit on. But occasionally we have an extra stand or 2. This one has 2. They're both identical, except one's smaller. It's for the mailbox. This is how it fits. Ta-da. I know you can't see that. Ta-da. Super simple. It gives you a little love. I wish you all had the smell-o-vision to smell John's, his soup. It smells delicious. Okay, here's my thing. The blue is super cute, but I think I want to do a black vintage truck. So let me know, do you think black is okay, or should I stay with the blue? Just give me a second and we'll figure that out. This one is super simple. You always get a photograph to go with it to get you going. So what do you think? Who thinks I should do the blue and who thinks I should do the black? And this is just from Craft Smart. I'm looking to see if I have the container. I think it's just aqua blue, light aqua blue. It's pretty. We're going to, you guys see that? We got this to celebrate Sabrina. It does look like it's upside down for you guys. So when she turned 17, so we drove over to Idaho. It's getting itchy though. It's starting to itch. She's 17 now, so she wanted a dandelion. I wanted an infinity mark and then the S for her name. So I don't know. We'll have to flip the camera later and let you see. But now it's starting to heal. So you could paint this with a sponge. I'm gonna go ahead and get in there with a filbert brush. It's got a nice angle. It holds a lot of bristles. So a lot of times I do love, hey Shelly. So Colleen says she likes the blue better, but if I like the black, I should go with black. You know what I love better than black, Colleen? And that's teal. Okay, so I happen to have my large sign holder, so this would be what the black would look like. Pretty, you know, kind of vintagey black. I might have to pull out some teal. I just think there's a lot of baby blue happening in this. Oh, Shelly gave me permission to do teal. Shelly, thank you so much. So much. My holiday was great. Thank you. Brenda, thank you for telling me. Happy day after. Yes, guys. And my only debacle was with the food yesterday. We don't typically do Christmas dinner, so to speak. But we had some interesting family dynamics and we had to divide and conquer. So we did have a Christmas Day brunch. So I made some beignets and my family normally loves them. And they didn't really eat them. So I'm like, next year, definitely not going to do that again. And then I tried a new quiche and it was crustless, a new quiche. And it was a bunch of bacon and some white cheddar and some shallot and garlic and delicious and lots of heavy whipping cream. But I don't like to measure. I'm sure, big surprise there. I don't like to measure. And I think I put too much cream in because it was a little bit wet to the touch. Okay, so when you're painting this and you just want to clean out your shiplap as you go. Big question is how often? Well, if you're going to give it a second coat, do it between coats, because if you do it at all, let it dry and then come back, it's just not gonna be easy to clean. I just used one of the toothpicks that are restaurant style, and so they're pokey, and I actually go through a lot of those. Okay, so I'm pretty much, I could give this a second coat if I wanted to. If I was working at home alone, I probably would, but for television purposes or Facebook Live purposes, I'm not gonna. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get going on my, I'm looking at the truck. I'm still thinking about the truck. My sign, I'm gonna paint my base black. I'm gonna do a bluish gray mailbox, because I do like that. And then a white envelope, a red heart. There you go. You guys totally get it. What did I come over here for? Oh, gray. Okay, so my gray is a little light. So I'm going to add a dab of black, just a dab. I'm going to use the blue that I have in my paintbrush. Bring in a little bit more. Maybe bring in some silver if you wanted to. That's your project and this one's mine. Okay, so Shelly loves trucks for decor. You know, I do too. And then trucks are kind of like gnomes. You either love them or you don't. And so I don't typically send trucks or gnomes, I try not to, for any of our membership projects. Because I don't know who I'm gonna get. The person that doesn't like a truck, the person who doesn't like a gnome. I do like the trucks. Okay, so my mail slot is a little bit plugged shut with paint, so I just have a paintbrush that I have cut and I just use it to pull that out. Super simple. Gray's a great base coat, so I probably won't have to do that again. The Cupid Express mail, I'm telling you what, it's not showing very well. So a couple things is I kind of forgot about it, to tell you the truth. So it is, what's the word? Engraved. So what I should have done was come in with a sponge, but I am sponging it out now. Okay, perfect. Couple things you can do is you can paint that with a tiny paintbrush. I wanted to show you these. I don't know if I love them or not. They are a 3-pack. Don't ask me where my third one is. Here, maybe it's here. Here it is. A 3-pack of nail art brushes that I've gotten from or ordered from Amazon. I think it was $3. It was pretty inexpensive, but they're pretty good for getting into really small spots. I don't really love the long one because liners just don't love me, but I'm telling you that might be a good little, if you got an Amazon gift card you're waiting to use, maybe go ahead and do that. Excuse me. Gonna clean up my brush really quick. Doesn't look like I remembered to bring paper towels. It's always something. But I have a wet wipe. Perfect. I'm gonna just paint my base real quick. And this goes really quick. Pour yourself a glass of wine and cut yourself a big hunk of brownie. And just kind of treat yourself while you're doing this, or have your girlfriends over. It's fun. It's just fun to do this. I'm gonna go ahead and paint this black since I have my black out. These are my bases, and they help the pieces stand up. Now, we don't promise a sign holder for every project in our tiered trace, but we do include a 3-pack. And so for this project, there's 5 stands. It's the 3-pack and then these 2 little slot stands. Shelly's like, she's already got the wine idea. I like it so much. We're gonna, I think, maybe try to go to Liberty Lakes and look at lights tonight. Or, you know, someplace. We're gonna look at someplace. We haven't really had a lot of time. You guys kept us incredibly busy and we were so very grateful for it. But now we're like, okay, little lull, time to get some of my recordings and paintings done and spend time with family before the crazy starts all over again. So I have white for my envelope, but now I'm double thinking it. I'd like to have like an antiqued white. So I'm just pulling out some gold. I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm bringing out some gold. When you mix it, you get an ice cream. Not an ice cream, but a nice cream. Awesome. So I do have a line that is etched on my envelope. I know envelopes are normally sterile white, but I wanted to spice up the postal service. Shelly's lights are still up. Yes, well, yes, Shelly, it's only been a day after Christmas. I hope so, and you gave me your address. We're gonna have to drive by. Our lights are still up too, but we just didn't do them as much. How does that doesn't make sense? We didn't put as many up. There we go. I had to backtrack and start that again. So it's great. Those of you that live in Spokane, a lot of you have given me your address and said, come check out our lights. Come check out our lights. And I love that. Okay, I'm looking at this to see if I need anything else. Cream. It does look like the center. Okay, here we go. So I was super not smart. I put everything on one, all the project pieces on one for you guys. But typically if I was painting this, I would kind of decide everything that I want is black. I put on one piece of tape and then I just kind of get it done. Everything that's white, same thing. And it's just a little hack and it works fantastic. Now this, I don't have to be super careful. I'm gonna use the antique white. I don't want it super white. I don't have to be super careful because the next piece goes right on top. Right on top. Now, if that's driving you nuts and you're OCD or whatever initials that are not that, they're just not flattering initials. If you're very specific in your painting style and you want to make that a little cleaner, by all means, go ahead and do that. I find that I don't need to do that because the next piece will cover it. The only other place that I need to paint that inner piece is right here. Nope. Okay, I'm coming in. Okay, so I've got this. I'm gonna do this one. I was gonna leave this piece out and just paint the background. So why we like to come live so frequently is we have a lot of projects. I get that. And we like to create some resources for you. I mean, it might not be the exact tiered tray, but we have one per season and you can, you know, kind of get around, get through it. Okay, so we got a lot of red that needs to happen. So I have my deep red, my wood red, and this is the one that I had them make me at Sherwin-Williams. And it is a little on the pink side. This one is very deep. I use it for canvases. It would be, you know, what you would find in the squeezy tubes. Do I have one of those here? Versus my Tuscan red. I have a Santa red that's really nice too. Hold on. This is Tuscan red. It's one of my favorite reds. It's from Deco Art. It's got a little cranberry quality to it, where this one is a little flatter. Nobody saw that. Okay, there's a little bit of a difference. A little bit of a difference. I gotta say, my paint from Sherwin-Williams, and it was on sale. They had some deep base on sale for an unheard of amount, like $20, and I said, hey, let's just make a great red. It has a better coverage quality. Let's go ahead and take, I have a wrong paintbrush. Take both of them. I'm gonna, just for the purposes here, I'm gonna paint them side by side, and then I'll fix it. Pretty good coverage. Got something on my paintbrush. And my computer is spinning, but my phone should be fine because the household Wi-Fi isn't as great as what is on my phone. Okay, there you go. Pretty good coverage. I'm gonna just wipe my paintbrush out, but yet not on the scale of really vibrant, deep red. It's okay. I actually like it. I think it's a great red. So here's my Tuscan red. I'm gonna just paint it on the other side. You're gonna see right away it's got a higher gloss. A lot of my peers don't paint with any type of gloss. They like matte finish. Okay, it has pretty good coverage. They have, they like matte finish because then when they spray it with the sealer, they'll put whatever finish they want on top, whether it's a clear gloss or a semi. My other one is clear satin. And sometimes I just really like that finish. Okay, I'm looking at this. I'm not, my computer is dead. Dead. I mean, it's got life. It's just not happy with the internet. There we are. Okay. Excuse me. Going up. So I think you can see from the film, this side is not shiny, it's more satin. And then it also isn't as vibrantly red. So, you know, do what you want. Just giving you options. I have splattered red paint everywhere though. My mailbox got it. And so as long as the gray is dry underneath, it'll just pick right up. heart, got it? How, SpongeBob? I'll just have to come back and touch it up after we're done. You don't have to stay here for that. I kind of really like, Tuscan looks more bold. It does. Tuscan is more bold. And I can use it here on this, or the ones that, the hearts that will be behind. So it is bold. I'm kind of liking the other one though. Just, let's mix them. Guys, it's just paint. There you go. We have a little bit of both in my paintbrush. Okay, Be Mine's gonna be white. And then I have a pink that I think I adjusted. It's pink from Craft Smart, but I believe I put some, not gold, but a paint that's similar in it, just to dull it down a little bit. I prefer it that way. Okay, so what else? So I'm gonna go ahead and just paint everything that's going to be red. And that's just how we do it. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Okay, loads of loads of love, and some lips. We got some lips somewhere. And it's so fun. They're so funny. They're hot lips. Hot lips Houlihan. Okay, gonna want to use a sponge for that though. So you're gonna take and put a little sponge or a little bit of paint on your sponge and take some off. Use a wet wipe or a craft bag, sandwich or a lunch bag if you have kids. Okay, the heart. Done. You can come back and give it a second coat if you want to. My loads of love. Definitely need 2 coats. Ta-da. I got that. This is gonna be pink. Some of these hearts. I got some hearts here. This one looks big. Where does it go? February 14th has some lips. I think the hearts I took away, we actually need. So going back in with those hearts. So John did know what he was doing. He's probably listening. What? So I was right and you wrong? Yep. So this project has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces to it. All very cute. Hours of fun. Anything else need to be read? Okay, so those hearts I took away. 1, 2, 3. They go on this one. Correct? Correct. Okay. 1. And they're gonna be red. I'm just following along with my photo. I actually like to paint it twice. The first time I follow along, the second time I just throw that out and do whatever I want. Maybe you guys are the same way. Okay, I'm gonna come in here with that gray we made. Just kind of touch up that red splash. We're gonna have to probably do it all to make it match. Yeah, the holiday was fun, relaxing. I think I was in bed all day long because we had lunch kind of early. All day long we were like, it's only 2 o'clock. It's only 6 o'clock. Oh, thanks, Colleen. You're awesome. Okay, so that goes on there. We're gonna do pink. Excuse me. So the Cupid Express mailbox is completely done. We're gonna pop that off to the side. February 14th, we have to paint. So that will be done. And then we can get rid of some of this stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this. I'm almost 100% certain that I adjusted this paint. I don't think it came from Michael's looking like that. But I will try to get into Michael's today and figure that out. I know, okay, sorry, that was a lie. I'm not gonna go anywhere today. In the next couple days, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. So I'm just bouncing it. And I can tell right away I'm gonna need more than one coat. And you'll notice that my pink's not super bright pink. Let me show you the difference. This is Deco Art, it's baby pink. It's very quintessential pink. I like mine a little bit dulled down. That's just a personal preference on my part. I don't like baby pink, like candy pink. I want some pink that's gonna make you think, what's that pink been through? What's the story on that pink? Okay, so these need to be white. Not a problem, I have my cream from earlier still. I'm just gonna flip my sponge. Plan, if you're not painting your white pieces gray first, plan on giving them multiple coats. It's a great little fix. What else is this color? I think that's everything. I am gonna go back through and fix my paint splatter. Okay. These, the Be Mine should be pink also. Pink's gonna need several coats. We go, put some on, take some off. Right, okay, boom. Anything else pink? And you just kind of move along. I might put a little, some edging on some detail work. So give me a little sign, one of the emojis at the bottom, how your day went yesterday. Let's find out. I sent you guys a little heart so you guys know that mine was fantastic. We normally get a hike in. I use that word very loosely. We normally get a walk or a family walk in. We didn't do that yesterday, but we did have cocktails down by a lighted tree in the forest. So there you go, which is just as much fun sometimes. Okay, this is this color also. It looks like a 3, but it's actually a heart outline. You can see how simple this is. Pick the colors that you want. The hardest part for me is I am still struggling with what color to paint that truck. I kind of want black, but I do it all black. Definitely not that same blue. It's a bright, bright blue. All right, so the tailgate. So this piece would be whatever color I paint. Okay, so this will be brown, and Loads of Love will be the color of the truck. Okay, so I do need to paint this big guy here. And it is just the pink color I've been using. I mean, it'd be kind of cool if I painted this black. Man, you guys love the art box this month. I've gotten so many amazing comments for the Valentine inspired art box that we put out this month. Let me see what we got. Aqua. Colleen's like, aqua, do it aqua. Boom. So it doesn't have to be perfect because you do have the heart that's going to go on. I am going to pull out that lighter pink and I'm going to just do some highlighting around the edge. Normally I would do shading, but let's kick it up. It's the language of love. Well, this is really pink. I have way too much on there. So I'm just gonna kind of go around the edge. It'll soften up a little bit. Just to make it a little unique. Silver would be pretty also. So much fun. I am missing the Christmas music already. It's not playing. Okay, if it's not perfect, it's okay, it's art. But what you can do is just come in and, oh, hello, and soften it with the original color. What the heck? Okay, hold on a second. Seriously, you can. I've got so many colors on that sponge. We're gonna retire the sponge. There we go. And then I like to do it wet on wet. What that means is if the paint's wet, I'm coming in with more wet. You might want to do some silver too. You just never know. Let's put this one together. And then we can just start focusing on our truck. Glue somewhere. Okay. So typically when you grab a paint kit from us, you have a different type of glue, but this is what I had today. I like to use the Type Bond Original when the pieces are small. As soon as it gets heavier and bigger, I go with my Quick and Thick Type Bond. It's on a teal packaging. Okay, so for really small things, I like Q-tips. That's wrong. I like toothpicks. Okay, and a paintbrush that has seen, you know, bitten days. It's just ready to retire this paintbrush. I just go ahead and use a little glue. Just brush it around. You don't want to over glue. You don't want to do the Ouija board technique. Gotta go. Colleen's at work. Okay, so a lot of you guys have to kind of like jump in and jump out because you're working today or you're shopping today, and that's fine. I hope you check back to see what it looks like at the end. Here we go. I like this ruffly scalloped edge. It's very sweet, very old-fashioned. There you go. I'll probably do a little shading around the edges, and you can certainly do that before you glue them together. Okay, so here's my trick. When the pieces are small, you don't want a whole bunch of glue on there. So I take my paintbrush, or I'm sorry, my scissors, and I snip off my pointed end, and I just dip in the glue. Hopefully you guys can see. Just put a little on there. If it's too much, then I place it on my wet wipe and take it off. So, whoop, that goes on a different one. That's okay, I'll be ready for that one. It's these ones we want. Okay, you can take these pieces and make your own design, that's for sure. Okay, so this is gonna come, did I do these the wrong color? Hold on, hold the phone. No, this is right. Okay, so this goes up here, this color, red, and I'm thinking great place for some glitter. 1, 2, I don't like it there. You get a little time to play with this glue, just a little time. And okay, so some of my peers offer the projects with glue on the back, like you peel and you glue. So the problem and why, I'm sorry, some of you have asked me, but I'm not gonna offer that, and it's because I wouldn't offer something I wouldn't like. I like to have a second chance if I didn't get it right the first time to put it together. I couldn't think of anything I'd like worse than to know that, oop, I lost my opportunity to get it right. That would drive me nuts. Okay, last on here, this cute little sign, and I can get rid of that, is this bigger heart. I'm gonna just pop it up here. So cute, it's very cute. Okay, a couple things you can do to make this a little bit more jazzercise is you can take, and I would at this point probably use a Q-tip. I didn't mean to say that this time. and deepen the edges. And you can pick, gosh, anything but a brown. I'd probably go with a dark brown. You could even mix that dark brown with your red paint if you wanted to. Okay, I'm gonna take and dip my Q-tip in the water. Okay, and then just mix it up just with a little bit. You don't need a lot. So this is one of those hacks. If you made it this far, you're getting a hack. So I'm just gonna deepen the edge. Need a little bit more paint. It's very subtle. Okay, I went a little overboard. I didn't really stay on my line, but that's okay. I think you guys understand. I have to pick it up. Sucks to get old. Just coming in there and doing it to it. Super cute. I don't even know if you guys can see. Deepened it up a bit. Okay. You can also take a Q-tip, a toothpick, which I put where, right there. And then, or a backside of a paintbrush, but I find they're normally too big. And then I snip, and then I'm gonna dip in white and do some dots only on my heart. Just to cute it, just make it super cute. Okay, so you can see the first three were fantastic. And then we had one that looked like a mouse ate a piece of it. So you're probably gonna get like 3. That one I got 4, and then you have to go in. 2 more paint. You have to reload. If you think those are too big, then go with the pointy side. Let's try a pointy side one. Just remember, I cut off my pointy. Those are tiny. Nothing wrong with it. Let's put a mixture. And you can decide which ones you like better. Just cute little dots. If you don't like them, don't put them. I'm also gonna just erase a little comma around some of these hearts. I'm gonna use the pointy side. Oop. No, I'm not painting them, I'm just putting them in with my toothpick. Oop. Super cute. I have one more heart I didn't do. Okay. That one's super cute. Very kind of a little old fashioned. You know what I think I would do is probably bring a little silver around the edge of that. Okay, next one. If you're just joining, we are painting our tiered tray that's Valentine inspired and walking you guys through how to do it. It's super simple. This is the wrong piece. Here we go. Haven't done my truck yet. This one is the one with the lips, and I already have some lips glued. I'm gonna have to re-glue those lips. The glue has dried. Okay. So I've got my toothpick, I've got my glue. I think the toothpick's gonna be too small and the brush is gonna be too big. But that's okay, we're gonna show this little technique. Okay, that's too much glue. You're gonna have some ooze out. You're not gonna be happy with the end result. Just simply take either a brown paper bag, lunch sack. And I do like to paint with those. Some people sand their projects with those. But they're really into it. Okay, so I'm just going to touch it lightly. Okay, still there. I can always add more. But I don't want it oozing, and I don't want to do the Ouija board technique where you push it down and it's like sliding all over the place. Okay, good to go. Let's go ahead and do some detailing on the side super quick. I have a silver paint. It's a little darker down here. Oh, might be too light. Might be too light, guys. Let me look at my other one. Yeah, this one's a little dingier. Again, you can take a Q-tip, you can take a sponge, you can take your finger, you can take an angle brush. We have other tutorials that show you the ways that our evil ways. I didn't water it this time. I kind of like that. You know what would make this easy? A really small Lazy Susan. Just spin it. I have them from my clay days. I will have to find them. It's easier to draw backwards, draw your paintbrush backwards, or in this case your Q-tip, than it is to scrub forward. Whoop. So tier trays are funny. At a paint party, I can have two ladies sitting next to each other, and one will be done with time to spare, and one only paints 1 in 2.5 hours. There's no judgment. I'm just saying it's a funny, tier trays are a funny thing. You can add as much detail, as many layers as you want to be happy. So the question is, are you gonna be happy on speed, like the speed dial, or are you gonna be happy slow-mo? So let me know, are you a slower painter, or are you guys really fast painters? Okay, got my lips, my Hot Lips Houlihan, and some hearts. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them in here with the glue. So I have a Q-tip, I'm sorry, I have a toothpick. I'm going back and forth with the toothpicks and the Q-tips. I think I have the food hangovers. You guys know what that is? When you have way too much food. Okay, one here. I'm seeing a little glitter action on those puppies. Okay, and then I have 2 hearts. One is small and one is bigger. And I did say you need a second coat. I haven't done that, but I would recommend anytime you use white and you don't do a prime base, you're gonna definitely need several coats. Super cute. All these cute, cute pieces come together to make an amazing tier tray set. We don't have this one on our website yet. I was waiting to get the photo done. So you could come in with that lighter pink and do a little fanciness on your letters. Okay, so we have 2 done. The banner. So I don't always hang my banners on my tier trays. Sometimes I put them on my desk. I clip them up with some like push pins, but you're gonna want to use a really small cord. Sometimes you can get jute really small. Where is my cord, people? Apparently I don't have it anymore. All right, never mind. Everyone comes into the studio when it's time to wrap presents and uses all my ribbon. Okay, so I have some jute. It will fit the jute. Barely fit the jute, and that's okay. But I don't always hang it on my tiered tray. And the reason why is you kind of have, and I have this tray, but you have to get really precise in order to get it to hang. So I'm just gonna come through red, 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 and then the pinks. So I have plenty of red on my plate. I didn't use the Tuscan for anything, so I think I'm just gonna go in, just use that Tuscan red. Because one coat pretty much does ya. Keep those holes open, the ones that the jute will be going through. So if you are kind of a gloppy painter, you want to go in and rescue those holes. You see how fast that is? I'm using that Tuscan red from Deco Art. It's deeper, it's richer, I really love it. Okay. And then I have my pink. Maybe I'll use that pastel-y pink for this. I can't make myself do it. Hold on, I got one more. Is this the same pink? That's glass paint. That's not gonna work. All right, so I'm just gonna use the pink I've been using all along, which is Pink Rose from Craftsmart. coming in. So it's super simple. I think with the truck probably being the one that has the most detail work. And it won't be difficult to do the truck at all. So I picked up some red that I had dripped. And that's what's happening there. So we'll definitely plan on giving that a second coat. I'll do that off screen. I'll drive you guys nuts with that. That one's super cute. So the shiplap is awesome. Okay, and we have our mailbox to put together. You find my little scissors. Trying to get this done. My friends Shelly and Dan, they're going to be visiting soon, and then the day they go, we are going over to Montana to see Mom and Dad again. Do I want to put it straight? Yes. If you ooze a little bit, so this one has the Ouija board effect. A little bit too much glue, hold it down. I'm going to bring in a spare paintbrush, clean up the edges, and then wash that right away. I have a heart. So tiered trays, they are really, really on fire. Like, we sell a lot of tiered trays, is what I should say. They're cutesy, they're not super expensive. There's one for every season. Everything. You're a drinker, we got a drinker one. Yeah. You like to play soccer, there's a soccer one. You like coffee, we got a coffee one. So that's how this stand goes. Super cute. You can paint the back if you want to. I'm gonna put that over here. And then all we have left, correct, is the truck. And I've been stalling a little bit. I did paint the base. Stalling a little bit because I was trying to think what I wanted to paint mine. I didn't want it the same blue. I really love Bahama blue, but I don't know that it's the best. Excuse me. Okay. So here's some teal. Let me check it out. I can't see comments right now, so if you are commenting, I will get back to you. And it's just because I'm spinning and spinning. I'm gonna make sure that's different enough from our sign. It is a little bit. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do my trick. My trick is I'm gonna mix that with silver, which I happen to have there. And I'm going to, which it'll dull down. It'll dull down my teal. Might have been too much. So it's not so bright without making it pastel-y. So I'm just gonna go over everything except the window is going to be gray. I'll just come back and do it. It'll be gray. A windshield. So here is my picture. Oh, I kind of love that. Can you guys see that? It's not super bright anymore. Make sure you keep a toothpick handy to clean out your lines. You guys know, if I have an opportunity to use teal, I am in all the way. So my truck is not the best because John always gives me what he wouldn't sell, you know. So occasionally something doesn't cut out right, he gives it to me. And one of these times I'll get something perfect. No, I understand. A lot of times what I'm painting isn't something I would keep for myself or gift, but why waste? Why waste it, right? All right, I kind of love this color. And it is quite a bit different than the other blue, which was super bright. So I didn't want it matchy match. So you're just gonna let that dry. And while it's drying, I'm gonna use the same paint. Oh, sorry. I have to clean out my etch lines. Oops, stay in the groove, lady. Do your etch lines. Okay. There. I'm gonna do it here, just so I have a nice clean rear view mirror. This is just telling me where my sign's going to go. And I do have to paint in the brake light and the backup light. And don't ask me which one is which. I think the big oval is the brake. I'm gonna go with that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And if you guys get a second, let me know what are some tier tray ideas that you would like. Maybe you like the idea, but you haven't seen one that has made you want to commit, you know, to painting it. So what are some ideas that you would like? Because I'll be working on some designs. So what I'm gonna do is just, it's okay to cover up my Loads of Love etching. It's just showing me where my 3D elements are gonna go. And then I don't know that I can see, I'm looking. It doesn't seem like I have computer Wi-Fi, though my phone looks like it's still working, which is good. But I'll come back and I'll look as soon as we're done here if you have a good suggestion for a tiered tray. I haven't found very many good, like Bigfoot ones. So I have two tiered trays. I have a coffee tiered tray / hot cocoa, but I do change out. I don't put like coffee stuff in it all the time. This would be one that I will use there. And then I have a boozy one that has some like wine glasses and little decanters, things like that. And then I have some boozy sayings for that. This should be blacker. That's okay. Okay, so brown. I'm gonna need brown. I'm gonna need, I have some brown here. Let me see if this one's gonna be okay. Yeah. That one will be a-okay. I'm using a Q-tip because it was handy, but honestly, I don't love it because of all those little cotton pieces get everywhere. But for this purpose, it worked. Okay, so this is my backing piece. It goes here. So it's gonna be the same color as the truck. There we go, super simple. And though I saved the truck for last because I was just not sure what color to do, I love the color now. And you can see how quickly it goes. I just have to do the tailgate. No, that's not a tailgate. The bumper. The bumper's gonna be silver. So I'm gonna put gray first. And maybe I don't want it like shiny silver, but I still need a base coat. So I have a gray, it's lighter, it's okay. Gray is a really good primer. You could paint all the pieces gray if you wanted to. I wouldn't because that would, my attention span is very short. Let's go there, I'm sure you're not surprised. So then what I find is, I used all my time, all my good attention span time to paint it gray. All right, so last, the XOXO, I know I want to still be able to read the XOXO. So you could paint it gray and then paint it white, like dab a little white on top. Or just dig out. So you know what, I'm gonna do that technique and then I'm gonna darken up my gray just a little bit and see if it's gonna work for this. I notice these are a little light. Might ask John to engrave those a little darker. Okay, so I'm coming in with a darker gray. I'm gonna paint it, try to get it in the holes. And when it dries, you'll still be able to see. If you didn't gloop it, don't gloop it, people. In fact, if you think you got gloopy, you know, use your sponge to take some off. You can dig it out, but I kind of wanted that gray to get into the XOXOs a little bit. And this is just a different way to do it. So now I have a sponge and some white paint. That's way too much. I'm gonna take a whole bunch off. And if my gray's too wet, let it dry. Way too much. Just gonna hold it down. And I'm just gonna lightly sponge the top. Very lightly. I keep getting a little pattern. So it's a little marbled, and I can continue going on if I wanted to. Let me just see if I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna love it. Okay, good to know. Loads of love, needed one more coat. Remember, I didn't go with Tuscan red on that. I went with the red I had Sherwin-Williams make me. I think it's called like Perfect Red. No, Positive Red. There we go. It's a positive red. It's red, but it's not bam in your face red, and it's not pastel-y. So I do love it. Okay, clean your hands. Don't be me. Clean your hands, and then we're gonna glue. Again, because the words are so small. Couple things. You gotta be very careful when you take off the tape, like very careful. The longer the word, the easier you need to be. Whew, I made it. That's unusual. Normally I break at least one. Okay, I have my Q-tip and my glue. I'm just gonna go in there and lightly get in there. See? If it's too much, simply bring out some baby wipe, lay it there, take a little extra off, take a load off. Ha, 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 ha. Okay. Get a little bit of playtime. Like I said, I don't like this glue for larger projects, excuse me, because you will have to clamp. It doesn't have enough, it's not thick enough, but for what I'm doing here, it's pretty perfect. And the glue I'm using today for my small project is the original Tite Bond. I like it, or I also like from the Dollar Tree, the super glue, but I haven't been able to find it recently. Sadly, for my bigger projects, I don't use this glue. It's just not, oh, it's gonna be so cute. Okay, we need to do something about the edging. Let's do black. And let's use an angle brush, because you guys haven't seen that yet. Try to give you lots of different ways to do things, and then you find your own way. Okay, I have my angle brush, I have some water. See how I'm just watering down my black. Clean your brush a bit. Come in and you just are gonna run this along the side. It's probably too, sorry, that was too watery. Just do one quick whoop. I went a little thicker than I normally would go with my line. Where is my paintbrush I just used? Doodah, doodah. I'm just gonna come in here and just touch it up a little bit. There you go. Why is everybody washing laundry the day after Christmas? That cracks me up. I've seen both of my kids with their baskets. All right, ta-da, so it gives it a little antique edging look. Maybe would suggest you grab a angle brush that's not as fat as this one. They make them in all sizes. Okay, excuse me. Here we go. So exciting, putting the truck together. Okay, so I can tell right away I forgot to paint my tires black, and that's okay. That's an easy fix. Easy fix. Okay, all my brushes in front of me. Too many choices. Ooh, not that one. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna come in and do my wheel real quick, and you can miss a little bit because of the bumper guard. I don't know what to call it. I'm calling it a bumper. Yep. You can do wiggles for like, it's moving, so it's got a little tread, tire tread if you wanted to. Keep them solid if you want. I'm gonna clean my paintbrush. I did forget to do. I'm gonna mix a little, I had too much black in my paintbrush. I'm gonna mix a little bit of the car color with some light gray to do the windshield. Some silver in there. All right, let's see what we get. I think it needs to be darker. There we go. It's gonna go up to that etching line, and then it really should be a little darker. That's okay. This will be a good base coat. With a soup, and then Sabrina's making bread. John's making ham and bean soup. My mama took the ham bone, so we had to go down and get a ham bone. Oh, the things you do, right? Okay, so the windshield. It could be darker. You could put little fancy stuff in there if you want. Let me go ahead and try one of these 3 paintbrushes I was telling you about, the nail art paintbrushes from Amazon, and they were very, very inexpensive. That's my son. He only knows 1 volume. Loud. There we go. It does a really good job. I don't like the longest one. It does a really good job getting in there. 2 small spaces. I'm going to use my toothpick to clean out. There we go. Okay. And then the last thing I have to do is my backup light and my, what are we going to call that, tail light. So backup light, okay, I'm gonna go in with just plain old gold because that's what I have, and I didn't want to bring out the yellow. I don't think yellow has a place here with all the other colors we're using. I might come in with silver though, who knows. And then my red. Don't forget, if you go into your engraved line, just clean it out with a toothpick. I'm using the positive red from Sherwin-Williams. It makes a good tail light color. I'm using my new brushes I got from Amazon. It's for nail art, and it really helps you get into these small spots. There you go. Ta-da. Ta-da. They're just so tiny. Okay. Let's glue it together. I might come in with a little bit darker. So on the tailgate, one side is hangs out. Let's go do it this way. And that's the side that goes down. more glue. It's quite a bit, so I'm using my leftover baby wipe. I'm gonna line it up, press it down, get my XOXO. Oh my gosh, we have a door hanger that's got a gnome and it reads XOXO. I like it. Just popping this together so you know how it goes. Okay, that one has the Ouija board effect. I have way too much glue. I'm gonna just come in and scrape that down. You can clean that up if it bothers you, but just know that the next piece, the spacer piece, is going to cover that up. So you don't line this up with that board. It's going to be offset a bit because it is a little ledge that keeps that next piece together and in place. So don't put glue on one of the straight pieces, because if it's still wet, your next piece, well, I guess it's okay. Your next piece will just be glued in. That's okay. I was thinking it was interchangeable, but this one is not. There you go. Okay, let's put this one together. And right away, I'm gonna say, like, we could use some shading. Shading would be lovely on these little hearts, and you won't be able to see them until I put the next piece in. I mean, I don't love using a Q-tip. John's complaining that it's colder, but yesterday was way colder. I can hear him. Okay, so what did I mean by that? Well, you can't tell that they're hearts until you put the next piece in, is what I was getting at. And it doesn't go all the way to the bottom on purpose. It's so that it can go in there. So line it up with the top, and you will be a-okay. Ta-da! I had a choice earlier. I could have painted the inside white, or just paint this piece, and discard this piece, or just paint this piece. And that's what I chose to do. Just keep it easy. But if you decided you wanted this project, you don't have to keep that piece. Come on. Stay down. Okay. Time for some cutesiness though. On here, we want to use the back side or the pokey side of the toothpick, and you can snip it if you feel like these are too small. And I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3 dots. Oh, they're kind of small. 3 dots, and then I'm gonna flip it over and pick some red. I'm gonna snip this side because you could see that you can't see my dot very well. So all I'm gonna do is take the wood back to where it's just a little bit fatter. Ta-da! So simple and loads of fun. Okay, so this, now that it's glued together, it's really gonna just sit in here. You can glue it. Did I not come back far enough? Okay, so what I did wrong was I didn't, there we go. Line it up, then this goes right at the bottom. So I didn't glue mine in, but you can. This is glued and it's kind of holding it in place. So let me just show you how this goes on the stand. And it would, okay, I went too far down. It'll just stand. but I wanted to show you it. It's just really, really easy. So this one has a stand and this one has a stand, but then we give you 3 stands, 2 of which, they are this size though. They go together like this. You have a downy and an uppy, and they just go together and make a little easel. And then the little easel just holds one of those. And then, so there's 2 that size. I'm not gonna show you this one, it'll confuse you because it's larger. And then we do have a pie stand also, which I of course do not have out here, and that's okay. You can just write me if you're like, how do I put that on? I don't even know that you need it on this one because we have 2 of these. Super cute. And then you just have to put together your banner if you want a banner. This is what the banner looks like. I string it up. And we just have to glue it together. So the red's gonna peekaboo through. And don't forget, you probably would want to paint your pink one more time. But that soup is calling my name. It smells so good. Wish you guys had smell-o-vision to check it out. Okay. So we will get this uploaded to our YouTube channel. If you want to check it out, go ahead. We have hundreds of tutorials there. If you get stuck. We don't do one for every project, of course, but we, like if you're doing a door hanger, we have hundreds of door hanger projects that will get you there. They'll get you there. Just lining that up. Like the old-fashioned ruffled edges here. Ta-da! Super cute. And then last thing is I'm gonna put some white dots on the pink. That's a big one. Boom, boom. With my Q-tip. Just to give you some ideas of what you can do to make them extra cute. You could use puffy paint for this, but I find that if I squeeze too hard, the lid pops off. Super easy. I'm gonna do a little apostrophe for a little fun there. This one, I feel like I need to put a little something on the outside of this one, but maybe we'll keep it nice and clean. So, and then finally we have the February 14th, and I was gonna bring in some red and then just pop it around here, a couple different spots, just to make it a little bit more interesting. Let's do it this way. There we go. Oh, the E has no love whatsoever. There we go. I could do dots all day. I think you guys get it. Okay, so let's go ahead and clear the spot a little bit so you can see what we have. We have our banner, and you're gonna use some kind of jute or pretty ribbon to string them together. You have the truck and its stand. You have the mailbox and its stand. And these cute little signs. You'll also get 2 stands that are easel style. And then you'll have another one you don't need for this one. So what a cute project. Came out great. Thanks for watching with me today. And we'll see you again real soon. Happy holidays, or happy day after holidays. Bye.